Hello everybody, my name is Jack Mather and you're watching the O.N.E channel. Today I'm going to be doing a bit of a Christmas Q&A. I know I've got, I'm not looking the best today, mostly because I haven't really prepared for this at all. And I'm pretty much just going to be reading your questions that were sent to me on the Discord server. There's a link to that in the description if you want to go and join that. And I'll be answering some of these questions today, so I haven't really prepared for this. Let me try and find them on my machine. Okay. First question was from Muse. By the way, forgot to say this. I wish everyone a happy Christmas and merry holidays. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas, hope you're spending time with your friends and family. Or if you prefer being alone, just do that. Just sure, have fun, whatever makes you happy. Okay. The first question is from Muse. What dinosaur would do the best in the modern day if it was brought back? Dinosaur the best if it was brought back. It would have to be small. It'd have to be probably a smaller theropod, like maybe a dromaeosaurid. That's my dog, by the way, freaking out. The tripod's scaring him. I think it would have to be a dromaeosaurid, because if you go too big, there aren't enough resources. You couldn't have a large theropod dinosaur hunting prey in the modern day. It just wouldn't work. So I think you need to have, dromaeosaurid. Also, if there's a bit of a fisheye effect, it's because I'm using a GoPro, so I apologize if the camera looks a bit weird today. I think you need an animal like Deinonychus, maybe Ostroraptor, a bit of piscivorous. I think once you get past the size of, say, Allosaurus, or hell, even Martiosaurus, then you start getting to very unrealistic levels of dinosaur. I don't think the herbivorous dinosaurs at all would do very well in the modern day. It'd have to be a predator. The next question is from That Dino Gamer, and he's or she asks, "What is your favorite genus of dinosaur?" My favorite genus of dinosaur. I don't have one. People have asked me this before, and I have no. I don't. It's like children. You don't pick favorites. I think. I'm more interested and fascinated by the weirder dinosaurs, the weirder side of paleontology, like animals like a lot of the pachycephalosaurids. Ceratopsians, I really like them because they're just crazy, weird looking things. Styracosaurus, stuff like that, where it's a bit odd. Minmi, that's an Australian dinosaur. Yeah, I like stuff like that. I don't really know what my favorite genus is. Believe it or not, and I've said this before, people are surprised by this. I think Tyrannosaurus is one of my favorites. Just, it's such an incredible, fascinating animal, and yeah, I think that one's one of my top favorites. The next question is from Host Mand. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. They asked, "Do you think that Pachyrhinosaurus had a horn or just a rocky nose?" Well, it wouldn't be rocky nose; it'd be a keratin nose or a horn, some kind of bone. I think it is interesting. I think Pachyrhinosaurus had a horn, not a big one. Probably comparative to the size of Triceratops. It's a snout horn. Because if you look at animals like Styracosaurus and Centrosaurus, I think Centrosaurus had a horn. Animals like that, where they have these massive rhinoceros, horns. I don't think Pachyrhinosaurus was. It seemed to be much more of an evolved, adapted ceratopsian. They were sort of the earlier ones. I think Pachyrhinosaurus would have had a horn, but it would have been very small, maybe stubby, maybe even rounded, smooth, like a hill. I don't know, but that's a good question. I don't know enough about Pachyrhinosaurus to answer that precisely or accurately. I think it would have had a horn, because all of its relatives had them. So yeah, it was a horn. Not all of them, but most of them did. Jordos asks, "Have you ever destroyed a teacher with facts and knowledge about dinosaurs?" No. But actually, yes. kind of. It wasn't about dinosaurs. It was not specifically, at least. I was my biology teacher in year 12 was. She had good intentions, but she wasn't very up to date with current consensus in terms of science, and she was giving us a lecture one day about speciation and how two species can't interbreed and produce fertile offspring. And I said, hey, well, what about Homo neanderthalensis and Homo sapiens? Because Neanderthals and humans bred and produced fertile offspring. And she kind of shrugged it off, and I think she was a little bit embarrassed about it. And she went, "Oh, that's a theory. It's it's a theory. We don't know if there's evidence for that." And I went, "Well, we have Neanderthal blood. It's pretty clear." And then, as well as that, I brought up Panthera tigris and Panthera leo, tigers and lions, having ligers which can sometimes produce fertile offspring. So yeah, it was a bit of a redundant lecture that she was giving the class there. That was the only time I can think of where I've done that. I used to get into not arguments, but heated debates with her very frequently about biology, and that's probably why I didn't do very well in biology, to be honest. Would you consider, not even, the next one's from Nicatri, I don't know. Would you consider Brazilian international Fred a more attacking or defensive midfielder? I'm assuming that's a soccer question. I don't follow soccer. I don't know anything about it. It's not really a big sport in Australia. At least as far as I know. I don't know anyone that's interested in soccer. I don't know. I don't know who Brazilian Fred is. I hope he's doing well. Brazilian Fred. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. The next question is from Persimmon. If we could bring back dinosaurs from the dead, do you think that we should? Fundamentally, absolutely not. No. Just, that's awful. Terrible idea. Have you seen Jurassic Park? Okay, no. I think we should bring back other extinct megafauna that humans encountered and contributed to their extinction, because that was an unnatural scenario depending on the situation and the context of the situation. But in terms of dinosaurs, no. Stay away from that. I mean, as far as we know right now, we can't do it anyway, but just in case. The next question's from Danny D. Who do you look up to? Who do I look up to? I don't really have a role model at the moment, because I'm kind of my own person. I try to do things my own way. But when I was a kid, I had several role models in terms of my interests and my passions. And one of which was Steve Irwin. In fact, I think Steve Irwin was my biggest inspiration as a kid. I was obsessed with him. I watched his documentaries religiously. I loved seeing his stuff. I still do. I loved seeing him work with Terry. I loved seeing Bob and Bindi. And yeah, I aspired to be him. I wanted to meet him one day. I was so in love. I remember going to Australia Zoo. I was very, very young, when I was around 4 years old. And I don't remember this happening, but I believe I saw one of his shows where he was doing a demonstration. I don't remember it because I was a toddler, but I mean, the time would be correct unless he was filming something. He could have been away, obviously, but yeah, it would have been amazing. Seriously, I was upset. I loved him. And I think a lot of other kids my age did. And people, the Australian people collectively love Steve Irwin. I mean, we're a very difficult people to offend. Australians are very good at joking around and just copping on the chin and moving on. But yeah, you don't want to bring up any negative stuff about Steve Irwin in a conversation. It's not going to end well. But I remember the day that he died. I was at school, and I was in prep, I think, and all the kids were talking about it, and about the stingray, and about everything that happened, and I refused to believe it. And for it took me 2 years to actually kick in and realize he's actually dead. That's completely ruined what I was just talking about. Look at that. It's Christmas. I don't want to be down in the dumps talking about Steve. He was a fantastic person. My dog's on the move. Another one, Nigel Marvin. What are you looking at? He's trying to go up the stairs. Nigel Marvin, huge inspiration for me, especially in terms of paleontology. Um, yeah, great big inspirations for me. David Attenborough, of course. Jane Goodall. Sir Aiden asks, which empire would you say was the most successful? The Galactic Empire. I'm not going further into that. Let's see. Archaeopteryx asks, who is my favorite YouTuber? My favorite YouTuber. My favorite YouTuber. I don't know if I have one. And if I do, I don't think it's very scientific related. I like Tierzu a lot, but he doesn't publish videos much. As if I can talk. My favorite YouTuber. I don't know. I think I used to really like H2O Delirious. I used to really watch his videos. I used to. I don't really have a favorite anymore because I just go around and watch random stuff. I think Daily Dose of Internet is really a very good special YouTube channel. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I like a lot of the I watch a lot of documentaries on YouTube now because it's hard for me to watch them on TV anymore because I don't have cable or anything like that. So yeah, I watch a lot of National Geographic on YouTube, BBC, that sort of stuff. I don't know how to answer that. That's a good question. Let me find another one. I think this is the last question. I think it is. Sorry guys, I had a bit of a camera cut there and I've moved positions because there's stuff in my way. Oi! I can't remember what I was up to. I was reading questions. God, my voice is echoing now, isn't it? I was just talking about Steve Irwin, wasn't I? Let me see. Here we go. Yeah, so Arcopers asked who... Oh, no. Who's my favorite YouTuber? I already said that. Sir Xavier, in reality, asks, what if the terror birds survived and managed to overrule the Americas? If the terror birds survived and managed to overrule the Americas. That's my cat. I would imagine they would have been wiped out anyway, to be honest, by humans, probably by European settlers. I really doubt that the terror birds would have been able to survive, at least fruitfully, into the 20th century. I think the vast majority of them would have been killed by that point. A similar situation to the American bison, I would say. There'd still be some around today. But the thing is, I think terror birds were a very niche group of predators. They were very weird. I can't see them adapting too well to the climate of North America, especially far north. So they wouldn't have had as much land to roam around in. They would have competed against other predators there, mountain lions and jaguars and things like that. I think they'd survive in South America. Yeah. But part of the reason they went extinct was because of our competition with other predators and a lack of suitable prey items. So I think that the terror birds would have done better in South America than they would in North America, but I think they'd still be extremely low numbers by this point in time due to habitat loss and poaching. So yeah, they'd be very prized, which is unfortunate, but it's I'm looking at this realistically. I know Xavier, you're very fond of terror birds. I personally, I mean, look, I respect them. I think they're very interesting animals. It was like a redemption, a resurgence of the Mesozoic dinosaurs coming back to reclaim the world. But to be honest with you, I don't think they would have done too well if they survived into the modern day. It's just an animal like that, a bipedal large animal, needs a lot of land. There just isn't. It's not there anymore. Um, they need a lot of grassland, and it's not around. So I think yeah, if you put them in Africa, then that'd be a different story. If you put terror birds, if we brought terror birds back and put them on the African savannah, it would be very interesting. It'd be destructive for the environment, completely destructive. Um, but I think they do a lot better in Africa than they would in the Americas, to be honest, at least in the way the modern day is. Because that, especially like a sort of mid northern African sort of climate, it was really very similar to where they were living in South America during the last was it Holocene climactic optimum? Was that what it's called? I think so. Because it was the last glacial maximum, and that's when that was the ice age. But the Holocene climactic optimum was the high temperatures, and that was when terror birds were all hanging around. So yeah, that's what I think terror birds would be doing if they survived into the modern day. That was the last question. So I really, I'm going to take a moment to talk genuinely here, and I've got this. I'm dressed like a homeless person. I think I'm very proud and very very grateful for the people that watch my content. Whether or not they enjoy it, I don't know. I'm really tremendously appreciative, and I can't thank you all enough for the past. What is it now? Almost 3 years. Almost 3 years that I've been on YouTube. I think I started in January of 2018. Yeah, so coming up on 3 years. I wish you all a very happy holidays, a very Merry Christmas. Hope you spend time. There's a quote from John Lennon. I'm trying to remember it. Time spent enjoyed is not time wasted. So take that into heart when you're, enjoying your festivities, your Christmas festivities, or your holiday festivities, or your chilled out festivities. Listen to some music, hang around with some people, have fun. If you're someone like me who's a bit more reserved and you don't really enjoy the social scene, party scene, then chill out at home, read some books, watch some movies, keep yourself healthy, and keep learning. And I will see you all next time. Welcome to 2021. Cheers.